everyone. Welcome to today's readings. I'm so excited because we know Sundays are our wonderful fairy day. And I have been heavy on my heart today about people who are feeling disconnected and that they wish somehow that things were easier. You know what I mean? And so I'm just wanting to touch lives today with the playfulness and the naughtiness of the fairies because we love them and when we're children we like the fairy tales and what have you, but sometimes as adults it can be hard to key into the parts of us that did used to believe in fairies, right? And so they can be very abrupt and they can tell the truth without being afraid. And that's why I love to let the fairies fix it. So today, the gateway to getting your reading. Hi, Rakesh, welcome. The gateway is to tell me your favorite movie. Now, why do I care? Well, I care because it helps me. Hi, Root V, Roxy. It helps me feel connected to you. Now, I know a lot of you will come to me right away with your problems, and you'll want me to you'll want me to fix your problem. And I appreciate that you love the guidance, and I do too. But what we're wanting to do is just remind ourselves that we are not alone here and that we have angels, fairies, and our own inner being waiting in the side light to help us if only we will ask. So Root V loves the movie Legally Blonde. So do I. I've seen it so many times. Did you guys know that one of the fairies' biggest pieces of advice is to use YouTube Smart? Find things that cheer you up, find things that make you laugh, find things that entertain you with positive energy. And I have two movies that I watched when I was sick. In 2007, I went through a health crisis. And there's a movie called Liar, Liar with Jim Carrey. And the other movie is called The Birdcage with Robin Williams and Nathan Lane. And I still laugh, laugh, laugh. And even though I have them memorized, but if my spirits are down, it's up to me to remember to entertain myself and distract myself. So let's start off with Root V. Thank you, you guys. Roxy, Rakesh, I see you. Magnificent success, fantastic. And as always, we have a brand new way of getting your readings. All you do is tell me the favorite movie, and I'll pull one card for you. But if you'd like to have a 3-card reading, all you do is hit the super chat and allow me to celebrate a tribute that you would pay, and I will draw 3 cards for you. Okay, so let's start off with hi, Mystic Christina. I'm so glad you stopped in to say hi. And I know that you love to watch the readings after they're posted, so that is perfect. So have a beautiful day, whatever it is that you're doing. You spread sunshine wherever you go, Christina Rose. No thorns with you. Have a beautiful day. So Root V, we have Legally Blonde. All right, so what is it that the fairies have for you today? What's going on? So hold your problem in your mind because your fairies care that you're troubled, and let's see how they suggest you fix it. Okay, so we have Purity. Okay, let's just take a look. I do have my fairy wand today, and I love to bring this out. I got it in San Diego many, many years ago. And when I saw it, I knew it had to come and be in my collection. So let's just allow a messages to speak to us today. All right, my dear Root V. The message here, I think, is for you to kind of go backwards in time so that you find that pure heart of joy. That there have been disappointments. And I think the biggest disappointment is that some things that you thought were going to bring you light, some things that you hoped would bring you light, have not panned out. Look at how brightly this unicorn is shining. And I believe the fairies are wanting you to know that no human could ever replace the divine. And that sometimes when we're wanting to have a partner or we're wanting to have something happen in our life, it's almost as if we think the thing we want will be our source. Okay. When you began your life, when you were born with all kinds of potential. And there was not fear, doubt, anger, and disappointment as a beginning being. So I feel like you're being called to return to your innocence, to take the time you need to heal what has disappointed you. The fairies are guiding you to trust the process of healing. Now, Ruthvi, I know you're a member of my private community over on WhatsApp, and we are going to be continuing to teach exactly how to do this. And tapping is going to be a big key for you. Okay, so watch for that opportunity. Also, watch today for feathers, coins, dragonflies. There's all kinds of nature symbols that show you the fairies are around and they want to prove themselves to you. It's safe for you to remove the disappointments from your past so you can really find what it is you're looking for. Okay? Like I said, the fairies don't mince words. They absolutely will tell it like it is to you. So don't be surprised if you don't resonate deeply with these messages and feel like somebody's holding a magnifying glass up to you. Okay, so Lord of the Rings. Roxy, Lord of the Rings. I just found out recently that's my son's favorite movie, and I can't wait to watch it with him because actually I've never seen it. Isn't that crazy? But my life went in one direction when those movies were being released. So, Roxy, let's see what it is. Okay, I see somebody has paid a tribute, and I appreciate that. I will find out who that is shortly. Okay, Miss Roxy, what is it that the universe has for you today through our beautiful fairy friends? Okay, so when it comes to the issue that's facing you, Roxy, manifestation is your answer. I feel that as I've worked with you in the group and I know your heart and your willingness to learn what it is to manifest. And we are going to be doing our book club soon. And the book club is Thank and Grow Rich, not Think and Grow Rich. Thank and grow rich because gratitude is the secret sauce. Gratitude will allow you to live the life you're wanting to live. Now, Roxy, when I look at her socks, I see the black and white stripes, and for whatever reason, that always makes me think about prison. And I feel like we are imprisoned, we're caught up with our past. Our past memories, our past disappointments. Look at how her legs are crossed, one leg over the other, a tight connection. So, Roxy, there are things that are in the way between you and what you're wanting. See how the light is between those trees out there? And this is a relatively darker environment. There's more light through this gateway. And so, as you walk forward, allow the magic of life. Allow yourself to use the tools. See all the tools on the table here? As you allow yourself to deepen your understanding of manifestation, you're going to absolutely unlock what's blocking you. You know what it is that you're wanting to manifest. And you don't need to talk about it now because it's in your heart. And that the fairies are guiding you to learn what it takes to step out of what's imprisoning you. A lot of times, how we talk about our life continues to bring about the same circumstances. This is why I'm always teaching people to guard their words. What you talk about, you walk about. Now, I'm not denying that you've been through some pain because all of us have. But as we uncross it's hard to walk with your legs crossed, agreed? So as we unlock ourselves from the pain of the past, manifestation pops into life. All right, my friend, that's going to be a wonderful tool for you. Now, you do use tapping, and I appreciate that tapping is a big part of your life. And so, as you learn more of it, you're going to feel even more secure. Okay, so I see that there's some people tributing, and I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to dash ahead here. Hey, Green Aventurine is here. Hey, darling. Lilith's child, thank you. I will get there. Rakesh is there with a tribute. And Root V. Okay, wonderful. Okay, and then we have Midnight Crow. Wonderful Midnight, I see you waiting. And we have Lilith Child. You guys, okay, great, great. All right, great, great. All right, so let me come back down here. Rakesh, okay, Rakesh, thank you for your tribute, my friend. I really appreciate that. And so let's go ahead here and draw our 3-card reading. If you want a 3-card reading, all it takes is a tribute, and I'm your girl, okay? So Rakesh, favorite movies are the Marvel movies and Marvel games. I'm not much, oh, I hate to say this because I don't want to lose any followers, but I'm not a Marvel fan just because I haven't been exposed to it. But I know that whole superhero thing is so riveting, isn't it? And don't we all wish that we would have a superhero that would come in and save our day? Well, guess what? You do. Your inner being is always waiting right there. All you need to do is ask your inner being for help. So I'm such a perfectionist, you guys. I want everything to be just right. Okay, so let's see. What do we have for Rakesh, my darling? All right, Rakesh. Now hold your problem in your mind. The fairies know fully well what you're dealing with today. So let's see. We have nature signs. We have inner child. Very interesting. And we have pure intention. So Rakesh, the fairies are here with gentle energy for you today, okay? And they are very concerned that you are hard on yourself. They feel that you have been so demanding. Perhaps your situation involves your career, and perhaps you've been worried even or upset about something around your career. And you know what? How you talk to yourself about your issue is just so important. Deep inside of yourself, you still have a part of you that is the energy of your inner child. All right? This is a mystery how we can form ourselves into adults, but we still carry the heart of a child. So when you speak harshly, and you know what, Rakesh, I thank you for this reading because I think a lot of people can benefit here. When you speak harshly about your life, about the people who raised you, or about your circumstances, you kind of terrify your inner child. You traumatize yourself over and over again when you repeat what's going on that's bad. Sometimes we call it trauma dumping, where you feel comfortable telling people about your story, but you don't realize that the words you use are very hard to hear. Now, you do have a pure intention. You want to do things the right way. You wouldn't be coming to my readings. You wouldn't have joined my community if you didn't want something else for yourself. See the light flowing in here. You are going through a lot of healing right now, Rakesh, and it's so important. The main thing the fairies want you to do is to spend more time outside, okay? And when you're outside, notice abundance. You guys, this is my biggest aha of the last 10 years, no kidding, is that nature is so abundant, it laughs at us when we think, oh, I'm poor, or oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Because if you look at the examples that surround you, right now I'm looking out my window at a rose bush. It has one trunk. It has more branches than trunk. It has more leaves than branches. And the flowers have more petals than the leaves. So we are continually surrounded by nature signs of abundance. So gratitude for what you see in nature will help you soothe your inner child and cause your inner child to trust you, because you do have pure intentions and there's nothing really standing in your way except your own mindset. Okay, Rakesh? Beautiful reading, and thank you for that, because you know what? All of us can benefit from spending more time outside, for sure. Okay, so moving along here. Hi, Magnificent Success, Miss Bina. Thank you. Coal miner's daughter, Miss Janice. Isn't that true? That is such an inspiring movie. If you guys haven't seen it, absolutely, you want to see that. Talk about a manifesting movie. That Loretta Lynn, right? Loretta Lynn, the coal miner's daughter, she manifested an amazing career for herself. Back in that day, there wasn't the internet, and if you were a musician, especially a female musician, you had to work your tail off to get anywhere. So, Miss Janice, thank you very much for mentioning that movie, one of my very favorites, and an excellent manifesting movie. So, what do the fairies have for you, Miss Janice? Let's see. Wow, okay. Miss Janice, now, all right, let me sit. I'm kind of standing up and sitting down all at the same time. They get my, hi, Murphy. Oh, Murphy, so quiet today, laying next to me. What a good boy. Send love to Murphy. He and Bella, she's over laying behind me somewhere. All right, magical blessings. So interesting that I turned to my pet when I pulled this card, and the idea of recognizing the blessing that pets are. So, Miss Janice, I don't know if you have pets or if animals are as important to you as they are to me, but there's definitely some energy around connecting with animals. Many of the people that find my work are socially awkward, on the spectrum, neurodiverse. Your brain just doesn't vibe like typical, whatever typical is. But a lot of times when you're introverted and you really get joy from animals, that's what we're needing to do sometimes, is to line up with what it is that we do love. When you're in a situation, Janice, where you're being squeezed by life, some very difficult things are going on, it's very normal to feel broken. And I'm just going to bring this over to just show you that life breaks us. There's nothing we can do to prevent heartbrokenness. People disappoint, situations hurt us. Sometimes tragedies in the weather, like a hurricane or a tornado, can just really be horrible for the people that have to go through it. But one of the things about humans is that we're very resilient and that we do snap back eventually. And so we are all cracked stars. The star is a sign of healing, but our cracks, our brokenness is nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something we need to be healed from. So, Janice, I don't know what has been going on for you that's been difficult, but the fairies want you to know they want to shower blessings on you. You're being called to look at the night sky, Janice, to go outside, lift your hands up, just like these fairies are doing, and surrender. And that's true for everybody on this reading. I mean, anybody who's hearing my voice right now, make it a point. Some of you, it's nighttime right now, and you can not wait till the end of the reading, but then go outside and lift up your hands to the stars and say out loud, even though I don't know how, I choose to surrender my problems right now. Even though I don't know how, I choose to surrender my problems right now. There are magical blessings ahead for you, my friend Janice. Trust in the magic that you know is real, okay? Thank you guys for hitting the thumbs up. I see all those tributes. I appreciate it. I have started a private community on WhatsApp. It's free of charge, and I hang out there every day. I create private videos over there, and I also answer any questions you have. I created a library so you guys could study along with me, because I would not be where I am today without studying how manifesting works, okay? So let's see, we'll go on. Hey, Green Adventuring Lilith. Favorite new movie is Barbie, and I think, Lilith, that you did tribute, so Midnight Crow and then Lilith. Yes, okay, awesome. So I'm tickled pink to draw 3 cards for you for Legally Blonde, and got a pink card. That's true. So pink is a big theme in Barbie, and so I am glad. Now, pink. Did you guys know that pink is not in the chakra system? A lot of times people think, well, the heart love is always pink, But the truth is that the heart chakra is green, which can go against your grain. But the pink is in the red family, and the red is about family of origin. And a lot of times, who we are as loving beings is rooted in our family of origin. So, pink is that. So, let's draw a card for Miss Lilith. Thank you, or three cards rather. And so, whatever your issue is, Miss Lilith, whatever is that's troubling you, let the fairies fix it. All right. I love these readings. Thank you for being here, you guys. Appreciate you. Okay, Lilith. And we have come together. If you're new here and you just popped in, I'm doing single card readings for the simple fee of telling me your favorite movie. If you'd like three cards, all you have to do is hit the super chat, make a tribute, and I'm happy to do that for you. Wow, Lilith. So first of all, I have to thank you so much, Lilith, for your wonderful commitment to bringing people together. You, since I have gotten to know you, I know what you've told me about what's going on, that you really are seeing the benefit of coming together with like-minded people. They have come out of a time where you were a little bit isolated or a little bit shielding yourself, like keeping yourself safe. You've always felt best in nature. When you're alone in nature, it's like you are truly in a different world. But that's only good to a point, because all of us, everyone that's hearing my voice right now, all of you guys have a mission to do on a planet. You would not have been put here if it wasn't to share love with someone, period. Those of us who were raised in families that were chaotic, there was a lot of violence or misunderstandings in your childhood, it can make you question what I just said. Catherine, wait a second. You have no idea. I was not put here to love anybody. That's not my place. Oh, yes, it is. And when you cannot love your family of origin, remember the pink, you are surrounded by strangers every day who just need a simple smile. Even just looking at them in the eye and saying something kind, that's a loving gesture. So, Lilith, you are being called, aren't you, to a very interesting variety of people. Some of them are spiritual, like this little fairy over there. She's got her purple wings, so she's spiritually aware. Her gown is pink, and so, or excuse me, green, and so she understands love, and she's busy nurturing. See how she's pouring her cup. But there's a lot of people that we run into who are not fully developed yet, and they're very different from us. So as you step out and you just become free as a bird, free to have your way. I love her white gown. And it says right here, be prepared. You're going to receive a visit from the fairy of inspiration. Are you a writer, Lilith? I have a feeling that there's something coming in your future where you write about freedom in a language that only your specific people will understand. You have a unique way of looking at the world, and your ability to translate spiritual reality into language that people can understand, I think, is absolutely on your path. The fairies are calling you to believe in your own magic. You have come through some dark times. You've come through some times that were so challenging. This reminds me of the crown of thorns. And in the Christian tradition, it's believed that Jesus went through a lot of terrible things at the end of his life, one of which was the crown of thorns. And they used to punish people with that in antiquity. And so if your belief system is that you believe in past lives, Lilith, this may be a sign for you that you did endure some very significant suffering in past lives. I do recommend you might want to try some hypnosis. That can be quite beneficial, and some past life regression, because I think part of the pain that you've carried this lifetime is coming through the dark shadows of your past. Look at the difference here, dark and light. There's no accident that you came into my channel when you did. and there's no accident that you're waking up right now to some real potential in your life. All right, Lilith, I hope that this message is a blessing for you, my friend. I do believe that you are absolutely on the fairies' target. They're not going to leave you alone as you go forward. They see too much potential. So be prepared to get some really fun messages from the fairies. Okay, so going forward here, Ruthvi, you are sure welcome. Midnight Crow, I am so tickled to do a reading for you. Selena has joined my community over on WhatsApp, which is, I'm having so much fun over there. You guys, I would love for you to join me. All you do is send me an email at this address, and I will make sure you get an invite to come into my community. I hang out in there. I do videos every day. A lot of things in there are not here on the YouTube channel, and I have more time to delve in and do some teaching on some of these concepts, okay? So, Midnight Crow, Stallion of the Cimarron. Ooh, that sounds like a wonderful spirit. Stallion of the Cimarron sounds like a fantastic movie. I have not heard of that one, so let's draw you your 3-card reading. Thank you for being with me today. Thank you so much for sharing these messages. When you hit the share button, you're bringing in people who need a fairy reading, and the only way they'll know about it is if you share it. So thank you for that. I'd so appreciate it. You can do that right now. So, Selena, motivation, solitude, and new beginnings. Wow, look at how these match, right? Very interesting. Okay, let me just reflect. Bring my fairy wand here. Isn't she beautiful? Okay, so motivation. Okay. So it's looking to me that you have really enjoyed your solitude. There's a part of you that wants to say no thank you to humanity. That part of your walk has been trying to find a tribe, trying to find people that get you and that people you feel comfortable with. When you have a quieter sense of being, sometimes you can compromise too much, and it's so hard to be with other humans that solitude becomes like heaven. And that can work for a while, but most of the time it's a block. It's just a block because we're meant to be social. Fairies can fly and they can do all kinds of magical things, but their favorite thing is to be together celebrating what is going on. So I have an absolutely gorgeous orange butterfly here, and I can't tell, it might be a monarch, I can't tell, but monarch is a queen. So I feel like the fairies are here with that beautiful butterfly right now to call you out of your cocoon. Okay, Selena, there's something that is a cocoon about your life. And it's kind of messy to be in the cocoon because the caterpillar actually has to transform itself into the butterfly. Isn't that something? But they can't stop the process. It is going on. But you do have a call on your life. There's something about you that helps people feel motivated. There's something about you that when people are watching you work or watching you play, that they think to themselves, I want to be like that. So I don't know what you do for a living. I don't know what is your skill set, but there is something brand new coming here for you. Now, this is, this is a card that comes up when there's a pregnancy or when a baby is entering the picture. So perhaps you're a teacher or a daycare provider for children, but the meaning for you today in this fairy fix is to treat your ideas like you would a new baby. So as you let yourself come out of solitude, finding groups of people where you feel comfortable, you're going to have creative ideas. Don't blast them out on social media. Don't even blast them out with your friends. When you get new ideas, write about them in your journal and allow yourself to get quiet in meditation. And I would ask the fairies, no kidding, when you're sitting down to meditate, ask the fairies to visit your meditation and to guide you, because there is something very special happening here for you during the last quarter of the year. All right, we're right now just closing on the end of the month, or excuse me, the end of the year. And so let's capitalize on this, Midnight Crow. Now, thank you for joining my group on WhatsApp. It's generally kind of like a Hogwarts Academy because I'm truly teaching what I know about manifesting to anyone that wants to join. And so be sure to get into the book club. Okay, so we're going to start a book club, and it's going to be on Thank and Grow Rich by Pam Grout. And I'm also offering tapping over there. And so I want you to tap for sure, Selena, if you never had before. Okay, so thank you so much for your tribute. I appreciate that. Lilith's child, thank you for your tribute. I really appreciate you guys' support. It means the world to me. Green Adventuring, oh my gosh, Green Adventuring. I'm so glad. Thank you for super chat for you, my friend. I appreciate you deeply. So I know that Green Adventuring is doing some amazing things. There's a big move ahead for her, and she's got, in fact, you guys have to go to her channel, please. Green Adventuring is a blessing to me. She has the best shorts online, and that doesn't count the ones she wears. But she makes shorts up that are musical and they're inspiring. And if you need a quick uplift of spirit, you just can't go wrong. So please do get her on your feed. Okay, Green Adventuring, let's see, what is your wisdom today? What's going on for you, girly? Okay, and we have protection. I'm very glad to see this card come up. Oh, I got goosebumps. Now, some of you, when you hear my voice or when you see some cards, you may feel goosebumps. You might. And that's a wonderful sign of connection between us. Before I was 50 years old, I did not understand that goosebumps were a language of spirit. That when I got goosebumps, it was always about God or the divine saying, stop and pay attention. All right, stop and pay attention. So I feel like for you, Green Adventuring Gigi, that this is such a deep and special reading. Being a reader yourself, I know that you will get your own interpretation on this, and I'm delighted because this is so clear. So protection. The first thing is that promise of the divine. Now I love that. If you look at, can you see my fairy pointer? It's Aqua Aura quartz on the top, and this is a treated quartz. So they treat this quartz. I think it's heat treated with I think it's titanium they use, I'm pretty sure, and that's what gets this glimmer. Look at how it's the same colors as here. And so I feel that Gigi, you are stepping into like a turbocharged protective energy, that the fairies are so supporting what's going on with you right now. And the last thing they want is for you to carry any worry, because they are shielding you from what you need to be shielded from. And Gigi, the way you do your readings, the way you've created your situation where you can pick up and take yourself wherever you want to go, and the fairies are here promising you that they are right with you. And even in those moments of doubt, when you're like, oh dear, what am I doing? They want you to focus on what you know is true in spirit, okay? Again, if you were here earlier, and I think you were, the go outside message is so strong for you. And what I love is that you're considering this change in your life is going to make going outside easier, right? That in this next chapter of your life, it's going to be so different from where you are now geographically, correct? And that even though this feels dark right now, I'm feeling like you are, that's because the fairies are helping you realize that even though you may be going to a better situation, that you're still going to have some dark parts, because we can't avoid our shadow. The shadow is there, and just to allow yourself. You may be surprised because you may have some sadness or grief that you're not expecting, because this change is so fresh and so wonderful for you. But the fairies are here to remind you to depend on your inner being, the sense of equilibrium that's inside of you. If something feels out of place, go outside, spend some time communing with nature, and allow yourself to rest, reminding yourself that you are divinely protected. The thing that I'm seeing here, I believe, has to do with a family member, Gigi. And I feel like part of your energy is, gosh, this change is going to make it difficult for me in parts of my life, right? Because anytime you have a big change, it has a rebound effect on the people that love you. And so the person that you're holding right now in your heart, understand that this is a very positive change for them. Now, this posture that she's in, it very much reminds me of the strength card in the Light Seers deck. So Gigi, you know what I mean, don't you? With the girl with the lion, half a lion, and then she's got a lamb at her side. But this exact position of the arm is reminding me of that. And sometimes our loved ones only get stronger when we do the thing we need to do. And no, it was true in my life when I moved from Wisconsin to California in 2002. It was upsetting for several people in my life who didn't understand what I was doing, but I knew that I knew it was for me the right thing to do. And so that's what you're called to here. You are pursuing a dream, and you have to leave your loved ones in the hands of the divine. Will it hurt feelings? Possibly. Are people not going to understand? Probably not. But they will be admiring you. They will derive hope because of seeing your courage. So don't let anything stop you. This momentum is going strong in your direction. And do take a peek at that tarot card from the Light Seers deck. I think it's the Strength card, okay? A beautiful, beautiful reading for you, my friend, and I am so excited about what's going on for you. You guys, go support Gigi over there on Green Adventuring Tarot. She's got a wonderful, wonderful channel. Okay, so going forward, wonderful, you guys. Thank you for being here. Kathy Hawkins, great. All you need to do is add your favorite movie, and I will pull you a card. So, hi, oh my, some of these names, anime. I'm just gonna say anime because I can't pronounce some of these names. You guys are so cool. So thank you for being here. Again, I'm hi, Nettie. Oh, welcome back. Nettie, all we need is your favorite movie. Okay, and Midnight, thank you for sending love to Bella and Murphy. I appreciate that. Some of you know that my Bella is an elder dog, and I'm just so glad. She almost left me in June. We went through a real scare, and she's very old and she sleeps a lot, but her tail's still wagging, and still enjoys going out for shorter walks. But thank you for sending energy to her because she means the world to me. Okay, Faz, favorite movie is Scarface. Ooh, okay. We can take that. The fairies are giggling. They're giggling when they heard the favorite movie, Scarface. Let's see what they're giggling about. So what's your problem? What's going on? Let's let the fairies fix it. And thank you for being here. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. I love each and every one of you. Okay, so let's see. And the fairies are not, they're saying, tell them we love them too. The fairies love you too, guys. Got it? So Faz, okay, let's take a look here. So Faz, there's a part of you that's been worried. A part of you has been concerned about something. And there's some kind of upheaval going on. And I think it's in your love life. You may have gotten news about somebody. You may be not sure of someone, but it's showing that you're kind of stuck in, you know how they say stuck between a rock and a hard place? I feel like there's a part of you that says things like, well, I'm supposed to be forgiving, right? I mean, I'm supposed to give someone another chance, right? I mean, if you really love someone, don't you just let them be free? And I would say the fairies are all shaking their head because it's true. Everything I said is true if it's being equally given, meaning both people are doing the same for each other. But it does seem, Foz, that there's something that's a little out of balance here. There's something where I feel like you are doing more compromising than this situation or in this person. So the fairies are here. There's so much love. Look at all this green. And I love all this white. It's like they're playing with you. The fairies are just jumping into the picture. Let us help. Let us help. And how they want to help is through laughter. Okay, one of my favorite tools that I use, because I do use YouTube for manifesting for sure, and one of my favorite tools is YouTube videos that are funny. So I will go to bloopers from the news bloopers, bloopers, and just Google news bloopers, and that I howl with laughter because the people that are doing the weather or doing the news and they misspeak, they say the wrong thing, it's on live TV, and it's something about how they react. It just makes me giggle like a little kid. So giggling, oh, whatever makes you giggle or laugh, you need to incorporate that like you're making a recipe of life, because you're going to be seeing some things and it's good. There's going to be some things revealed about this issue. You need to see the truth. But they want to tell you that laughter will save the day. Okay, pause. Laughter will save the day. So a funny movie. I love Liar Liar, like I said earlier with Jim Carrey. You guys are in the chat right now. Write down your favorite funny movie and let's send that to Foz, because laughter will make the world a better place for you. Okay? Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here, Foz. And I'm just gonna go for it. And anime favorite movie is Narnia. Oh, what was that? The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Is that it? I think the Tale of Narnia. Oh, that's such a good movie. Plus, there's a lion that is an important part of Narnia, and we just had the lion imagery come up in Gigi's reading, and we're just past Leo season. So I thank you for bringing that energy, Anime. I appreciate you. Okay, so let's go forward here. Think about your issue. What do you need fixing? And let's see how the fairies will bless you, okay? And we have wisdom. So this is an interesting card to come up after the last one that we saw, because that was all about laughter and playfulness, which the fairies are very, very good at. But sometimes the fairies need to get serious, and I'm glad they do, because it's so much easier to handle life when you have a good balance between the playful attitude and having the wisdom that you need to make the decisions you need to when it's winter time. Can you see the snow here? What we're seeing is that there's times of life where things are cold, that you may not understand it. This can happen if you have a career change, let's say, and suddenly your company makes an adjustment and you have to leave, or someone can pass away in your life, and that hits you like a cold blast in the face, right? Shocking news, things you cannot stop. Things like this would be like if a bad storm hits your city and something on your property is damaged, right? Sometimes life makes difficult turns and twists, and you can feel like it's not fair. But the thing is, though, it's just life. Now, you have wisdom. You may be a person who has counseled people that are much older than you. You may have a unique way of saying the right thing at the right time that you don't even understand. It's a gift. However, when your life goes into cold, when you feel far away from the heat of the sun, you can feel like you're really on your own. And that's not true at all. You have an inner guidance system. Your inner being loves you so much. Let me just bring my little figurine into the picture here. I always love to teach about this. And so I want you to realize, Anime, that your highest self is non-physical. You have a non-physical part of yourself. Part of anime is non-physical. You can't see it, but you can feel the love. You can feel the guidance. This part of you, the small part, is the representation of your personality, of your humanness. And whenever we are feeling out of touch and we feel scared, alone, angry, or frustrated, it just means that we have fallen out of alignment with our highest potential, our inner being. And when the storms of life come, believe me, I get this. When something bad happens in your life, part of you wants to say, I don't want to be connected to my inner being. Life is too hard doing it the right way. I'd rather be on my own. But that's really not the truth, because your inner guidance system is so faithful to you and loves you so much. So the message from the fairies today for you, Anime, is when you need help, ask for it. Ask the fairies to help you. Okay, see these shadows? I just love this. This is my curtain here. And I love that those shadows are moving and dancing. It's a reminder that you're not here on your own. The angels and fairies dance around you. And look at how it goes dark to light, dark to light. See how it changes? That's a message just for you, Anime. Life will intersect with light and dark like that. And we always have the choice to take that deep breath, breathe consciously, bring your body, your mind and spirit into harmony, and relax, because you are being guided. Sometimes we're guided the most when we don't feel it. I can't tell you why that's true, but when you start finding yourself being in the right place at the right time, you're going to believe this message, because your inner being knows what's best for you next. Okay, so let's move forward. Thank you so much, you guys, for playing the game. I wish I knew how to say your name, Jyoti. Pride and Prejudice. Isn't that a cool movie? And that the author, Jane Austen, I believe, is, what a life she led. You might want to Google, because those female artists from back in time, the reality is that they had to go through so much to be creative. They were going against the grain, and they let nothing stop them. Okay, to say nothing of the story itself. And imagine creating a story like Pride and Prejudice. Isn't that something? Are you a writer, Jyoti? Okay, so let's draw a card. Again, I'm 1 card readings for today with your favorite movie. If you want a 3 card reading, go ahead and hit that tribute with the super chat, and I will draw you 3 cards. Lilith Child, isn't that true? These cards are magnificent today. Hang on a second, because I know I have some first-time viewers. Let me just show you the deck that we're using. This is the deck today. I dearly love it. There's not that many fairy decks I've been searching, so I'm very grateful for this one with Karen Kay. And thank you so much for liking and sharing the video so that more fairy fans will find us. I really appreciate the love. And I'm really aware of how this shadow is going back and forth over the word love today. I think the fairies are just, in fact, part of me wants to close the curtain a little bit so I don't have the shadow. But are you kidding? Look at how it encourages us to be loved even when in a shadow. So who do we have here? We have Jyoti. Okay, Jyoti. Hold your situation in your mind, and let's let the fairies fix it. Hang on, I need a sip of tea. Oh, I love that. Green tea. Yummy. Okay, so let me reflect. So Jyoti, what I am seeing here, this is a similar reading, similar energy rather. All of the readings are different, but it's a similar energy to an earlier reading, because I'm being called to remind you of your inner child. There is something around your life right now where it's troubling you. the fairies are very, look at all the fairies. I mean, look at the fairies taking care of a fairy. Did you ever think about that? That fairies have fairies? Let's take that in. Everybody take a breath. Isn't it cool to think that we love fairies, right? But what if fairies have fairies? And wouldn't it be loving of the universe to create a system for the fairies to go to when we humans are troubling them? Because there's so much love for you, Jyoti. But there's a part of you that went through some things when you were a child you didn't understand. Your caregivers were doing the best they could, but they were facing adult problems and they didn't have the ability to understand you. You have a different sort of personality, and it was hard for them. They didn't know how to nurture you without squeezing you too tight. Does that make sense? And so what's happening is that inside of you is the light, and it's trying to break through. There's a light of confidence. There's a light of self-love that is trying really hard to shine through. But unfortunately, you're not sensing it because it doesn't feel comfortable. And what immediately comes to my mind is a baby chick that's in an egg. Let's say it's time to hatch. And that egg is very hard from the inside. Birds have a special piece of their anatomy that's very hard, part of their beak, I believe it is, that gives them almost supernatural strength to keep pecking until it cracks. I know that on YouTube there are videos showing an egg cracking with a baby bird inside, and it has a time lapse so you can see how much time it takes for that baby chick to crack out of the egg. And then after it cracks, when it crawls out of the egg, it's exhausted, and it's also helpless. So the fairies are here to tell you that you are so loved, Jyoti, and that it's best to allow yourself to step out of your shell. It's important to trust someone. And already the fairies have brought people into your life that you feel warm toward. I know it's that you've been on my channel more than once, so I hope that my voice is part of your healing. That even though I'm way over here in Tennessee and I don't know where you are, that there's a connection between us that's energetic and it's real. So as you go forward here, the next 4 to 6 weeks, be so gentle with yourself. Keep your expectations very quiet and understand that inner child in you is really going to help you in more ways than you know. Now, there's a beautiful woman named Jessica Heslop, and I've been working with her lately. Love her. I add into the community on my channel. I do add her materials because they've helped me. The inner child recordings that you'll find are excellent. There's another, I wish I had a pen to write it down. There's another channel. It's called Wu Wei Wisdom, Wuwei Wisdom. Their inner child work is absolutely wonderful, gentle and nurturing. But there's something inside of you, Jyoti, that is just ready to beam out with energy. All right, my friend? And also, oh gosh, you would love my community. All of you would. If you're here with me, that I wanted to have a place where I could get to know you all better. It's over on WhatsApp, Fish Out of Water and Friends, and you are invited. Thank you for coming over there. All you have to do is email me, and I'll give you an invitation. There's no cost to belong to my community, okay? So going forward here, let's see, we just have Green Adventure. All right, wonderful. Nettie, Forrest Gump. Oh, Nettie, I just love, love, love Forrest Gump. And also, that is a wonderful manifesting movie. I mean, Forrest Gump manifested a series of events that were unexplainable. And when you watch the movie the next time, look at it. I've got goosebumps. Look at it, Nettie, through the eyes of a manifester. Because are you kidding me? The life portrayed in that movie was so magical. He was always in the right place at the right time. And Tom Hanks was just brilliant in it. Now, sometimes you guys might wonder, why do I do this favorite thing every time you see me? That's because it helps me know you. We may never meet in person, but if we share a common movie or a common time of year or a common food, all of a sudden I feel your vibe and it's easier for me to read you. Now, right now, we have 13 people here and 13 thumbs up. That just shifted, but for you, Nettie, I do want you to go to the Google window and look up spiritual meaning of 1313. Okay, I believe that's an extra message for you. So going forward here, we have friendship. All right, Nettie, let's take a look. What are the fairies? What's the fairies' advice? What is it that you need fixing? All right, Nettie, you felt a little alone, haven't you? And I feel like some very important people have turned their back to you. Somebody has hurt your heart. Somebody has disappointed you. There may have been betrayal and certainly abandonment. So anyone who's gone through that, please tune into this card because the fairies want to fix it. Let's take a breath together. And everyone send love to Nettie. Hit that heart button and allow Nettie to feel the love of this community. It's very difficult to lose friends, and sometimes gossip can be brutal. It's like a dagger to the heart, isn't it? You hear that one of your friends has said something that's hurt your feelings, and a part of you, Nettie, says, I'm never trusting anyone again. I'd rather live alone. I'd rather be in solitude. And the truth is that fairies are teasing you a little bit. They're like, no, no, no. Don't give up, Nettie. Don't give up. Did you know that fairies need friends too? They really do. And that last card, this card, if you remember, Nettie, I'm just reaching over to pull it back. Remember I said, did you ever think that fairies have fairies? Because you look at all those little sparkles and they are baby itty bitty fairies that are blessing this fairy. So the fairies know what it's like. I think one of the things about fairies, I don't know what the history is of fairies, but I feel like they have a human element. I feel like the fairies know what it's like to be human. I really do. I feel like the angelic beings, that they might be more on the divine side of things, but there's something in me that believes that fairies have compassion on us poor humans because we're so hard on each other. I mean, just because someone disappoints you, you want to cancel them. You know, get out of here. I don't want you anymore. And the fairies are, look at how this fairy's holding her head. You know, she's holding up her head going, don't think like that. Don't think like that. Because the very people that hurt you, you don't understand it, but that put them into a place of chaos. They don't even know why they did it. Now, you may not have a reconciliation with this person, but in my shorts that I put out today, there's one message about someone's getting an apology. So this could be your energy, Nettie, that there's a person in your past who realizes what they did and they may want to ask your forgiveness. But the fairies are saying, just turn your back to the disappointments. Allow yourself to just cover them up, you know, like you don't have to look at them. And instead, look around you right now. There are people in your life, Nettie, that you see today when you're taking a walk, when you're at the market. There are people who are lonely and sad, and all you have to do is look at them with a friendly face and greet them. Hey, how you doing? Have a great day. And you can start connecting with strangers first. And then those of you who have been on my readings, you know that one of the pieces of advice I give over and over again is to get involved as a volunteer. Volunteer at the food kitchen, volunteer to help somebody in your community who has it worse than you. When you start volunteering to help people, you get a flood of wonderful energy. I experienced that with my community, with this YouTube channel, and with my community on WhatsApp. Because when I can help strangers, I'll never meet most of you, but when you come closer into my world, it lifts my spirits over the moon. And that's what you're needing, my friend Nettie. You do need to connect with new people, and the fairies want to facilitate that. So ask them. Just say, fairies, will you help me? I want to get reconnected. I just don't know how. Okay? And it'll really, really help you. Okay, let's see who's next here. And we have, let's see. Hi, great creator. Love it. Is Jerry ignoring me on person? I wonder, Noble T. All we need to do is tell me your favorite movie, and I am happy to draw a card for you. And so it's looking like I'm, all right, so I'm coming to a close. I'm just so grateful that each of you guys was here, and I will be here tomorrow, first thing, like I always am, and I really look forward to doing the readings. Remember, every time you come, you'll have a job to do. You have a task. There's no free lunch at the Catherine Cafe. And so for every action, there's an opposite reaction, and that's why this is a transactional channel. You offer me a bit of information about yourself, and I am honored to do a reading. Thank you so much for everyone that was on the channel today, and I look forward to our next time together. Y'all are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Love it. I'm just seeing there's so many people here I'm not going to get to today, and I apologize for that, but y'all know where to come tomorrow. I'm happy to be with you. You are so welcome. Go forth and prosper, my dear friends, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye now.